Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to Our Texas Organic Garden. This is the 16th episode, winter 2020. And it's been a very mild winter so far. In fact, the coldest weather we've had this year was the first weekend of November, where it almost went below freezing. And I covered everything up, but it didn't go below freezing. So since then, it's been quite mild. And you can see the results in the garden have been much better than usual. So today I'm going to show you what's happening in our winter garden and also show you how to plant seed potatoes. And so if you follow me, I'll go over here and show you the peppers are doing fine. It's just like it's springtime. Lots of peppers. And then you look over there, we have the artichoke, some Mizuna mustard in the pot. The Okinawan spinach is doing fine, as well as all these greens here, sorrel and cabbage, Brussels sprouts, mustard, kale, celery, and collard greens. So this has been very good for us so far this year. If you go around over, you'll also see we have some more Mizuna, celery. The tomatoes, I'll show you a little more in a minute, are still producing. And today was 73 degrees. And then as you go over here, you'll see some more greens, a lot of Swiss chard and some Brussels sprouts. Yeah, like I said, tomato. Then the artichokes are over here. And if you come over here, I'll show you. I was worried that this climbing spinach was going to freeze, but it didn't. And so as you see, it's got a lot of new growth on it, and so we're going to cut some of these stalks today after the video. What you may also notice here is in this bed is where I usually plant potatoes after the daikon radish every year. But this year we have daikon radish in another location. I can start sooner on the potatoes. And usually what I do is I go to Lowe's and I get these seed potatoes that are organic. We have Adirondack Blue and seed potato, Yukon Gold, and Red Norland seed potato. So what we do usually is I cut the potatoes and try to cut them along where the eyes are about 48 hours before planting, and so they callus over, and you'll see we have some little eyes that are starting to sprout there. And then what I did, I prepared the bed with the Microlife fertilizer, organic fertilizer, and then I'm going to make 4 rows here and put them about 4 inches deep, and it doesn't matter if they're top, bottom, side. And by maybe end of May, first part of June, we should have potatoes. 2 years ago we had 22 pounds of potatoes in this same bed, but last year just a few because the weather was so wet and most of them rotted. If you look behind me, in this bed here, we also have some more greens, same as in the other bed, although still some pepper plants in the back. I have carrots down below, but they haven't come up yet. Sorrel is doing fine. These are organic beets that I started them in pots earlier this year and then transplanted them. They're doing really well. I think the weather's really been agreeing with them. Mustard here, as you see. Also, since the weather's been so mild, these Thai long beans never froze. It got cold enough where the leaves fell off, a lot of it, but now they're starting to sprout and come back, so it never did die. So I've been very pleased with that. It's already trailing along the fence here. And so you see today I picked some of these little red tomatoes here, and if you go on over, this bed we've cleared out. The eggplants are from last year. We're going to put something in here, yet I haven't really made up my mind. Tomatoes to the left and right of me. And as you see, quite a few tomatoes are here. A lot of red cherry tomatoes down here. Let's go on over here. This is where we usually have the berry vine that comes back every year. I planted red onions here a couple of months ago. They're doing fine. These are some remnants of the okra. I hope we might even keep them. That's really amazing. Some new growth on a few okra that survived. We'll move on over, and as you look over here, you can see the whole garden. It's looking really nice right now. The pineapple plant and then the rosemary are still hanging in there. What I'm really pleased about this year, if you follow me through here, it's a little tricky. If you follow me through here, you'll see I finally cleaned this bed out that had been overgrown for a few years, and this is where I put the daikon radish. And so garlic in the front, and the garlic just came from the supermarket. I got organic garlic, divided it, let it callus a couple of days, and then put it in the ground. Over on this side is the Japanese daikon, which usually for us isn't as productive as the Korean daikon, which these are. And they're not really ready yet. Right now I pulled up a couple of daikons, and if you notice, they're just going to be, you know, something like that right now. We need to wait another few weeks and they're going to be a lot bigger. So over here, if you look over there, that's the yellow onion. I planted them where they usually are. They always do really well. And if you follow me, I'll show you a few potted herbs. Here is the Okinawan spinach in the container. Actually, it's got a flower here. I've never seen the flowers really bloom on that. So we cut this 3 or 4 times a week and have it for dinner, usually steamed. And then this is the Thai holy basil, and this has been doing really well. I couldn't believe it from the first time where it didn't work out at all. I think it likes the pot much better than in the ground. And as you see, it's really large there. And then we have this this Spanish oregano down here, which has been in the pot for a couple of years. Really nice. And I think that's it. As you see, we're quite happy with what's been happening, and so I hope to see you soon in the spring when things will be going a lot more productively than right now. So here's to happy gardening.